Satnam, I'm Nirvair Singh Khalsa, and I'm happy to be back here with you today. We actually have two parts of this particular sadhana for November and then December as well. And so I hope you can be with me for all three of these amazing kriyas that we're going to be practicing these next couple of months. You know, I was thinking about this, and this is kind of like a study group. I really enjoy doing these particular videos, and especially practicing with you, because it allows me to study Yogi Bhajan's teachings. It made me reflect on the fact that when we would take a class from Yogi Bhajan, you know, my wife and I, or a group of friends, or that kind of thing, is that very often afterwards we would get together and just talk about it, see what we could remember, and then someone would say something that they remembered from the lecture, and then if the concept wasn't entirely clear, then you'd have a group of people to talk to help you clarify or expand on your understanding of his concepts, because his lectures were all just very concept rich. Here I am with this beautiful painting by Alessandra's mother, and the geometry of it and the colors of it are magnificent. This lecture, which I'm going to read you a section from, in 1991, Yogi Bhajan talked about geometry, which is interesting, and that is everything is round in the body. There's no square corners in the body, the physical body. And so to complete the yoga of it, the union of it, he always considered the polarities. And the polarity is in the geometry of your relationship to the world and your communication. And so, you know, one of his great statements always speak straight with a smile. That idea is don't go roundabout. Use the geometry of the straight line, because the plane of existence in regards to that is flat to complete the polarity that relates to the holistic nature of God and its creation. Pretty fantastic stuff. But today, I'm going to talk about time. And time because here we are in the last couple of months of 2012. We've entered in, it will be a year in this month, 11/11/11 to 11/11/12 of that first year that Yogi Bhajan talked about, the Aquarian Age. So we're completing this first year. And also, we're starting a whole new cycle of time. And that is the Mayan calendar begins again after 12/21/12. In this lecture in 1991, Yogi Bhajan said that the Mayan calendar was very accurate in that regard. And so, basically, this idea of time is quite interesting in terms of this transition in the ages. And so, essentially, Yogi Bhajan's message is that it really is time to be you. So we're going to do a couple of just magnificent kriyas in this section, and then another kriya in the second section, which will be for December. But first of all, I wanted to read you a small section from this lecture he gave in 1991. He says, "The planet Earth does not belong to you. That's the fundamental and that truth that neither you can understand, or you can act, or nor you can believe, or nor you can trust. So what you've been made to believe, right from the parents, children, grown up, everything, is that you are you. And you have to exert, and you have to exist, and you have to progress, and you have to be rich, and you have to be successful, etc., etc., etc. It's a good idea. But the base of that idea is that you will never be you. Basically, you've been made to believe that if you learn and you are wise and you know and you're enlightened and you are successful and you are strong and you are sexy and you're attractive, the whole rigmarole will work for you. The fact is, it won't. It won't. It has not worked for anybody. It's not going to work for you, and there is no way. There's no way to convince you absolutely that it won't work. Because man has been conditioned for thousands and thousands of years to believe that you have to be you for your sake, which is a deadly statement. You have to be you because you are you. There is no sake. I have to do it because for my love's sake. I have to do it because my work's sake. I have to do it for the duty's sake. Sake is just sake. Now, if somebody comes in your house, guest, and you may be silent for a while as a guest in that house for the guest's sake, but if it's too much influence, the hell with it. And if you're very polite, you say, well, unfortunately, my parents and family are coming. I'll arrange for you in a hotel. So we can work during the day, but that'll be fine. There's a very polite way of dealing with it. So what he's saying here is that we've created these identities and this way of operating in this time before the shift of the Aquarian Age that simply just does not work anymore. If you're doing something for something, if you're doing something to get something, if you're doing something that you think will reflect on you, then you're stepping outside of yourself and out of your true self. And so now it's the time to actually drop this kind of conditioning, because we're into the Aquarian Age. We're starting a new cycle of time. And so what we really want to work on for these couple of months is something really to create this new divinity of projection within you, so you can relate to yourself not for the sake of anything else, just for you to be you. So, first thing that we're going to do, of course, is the tune-in mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and do it 3 times so that you can be grounded, balanced, tuned in, and protected. And then the very first thing we're going to do is a pranayam from the magnificent KRI publication, Pranayam. And how this works is you're going to do this mudra. You're going to take your thumbs and place them on the Mercury mound right underneath the little finger. Okay, then you're going to close your fingers down except for the Jupiter finger. You're going to press the fingers together, right out, left in, and you're going to hold this up just kind of right in front of the face, up at eye level. Get yourself comfortable in neck lock. Your eyes are going to be about 9/10 closed, 1/10 open. So you can just kind of see this inverted V, and you're going to place a little pressure on the fingers. This is for stimulating the pituitary gland. And then we're going to do this powerful pranayam. You're going to inhale through your mouth in 2 strokes, exhale through your nose in 2 strokes, like this. This is really incredible. It's an amazing thing. I want you to do it for at least 3 minutes, all right? And then right at the end, you're going to hold the mudra, right? Hold the mudra. You're going to hold the breath in, suspend the breath, and squeeze the body up to 20 seconds. Powerful exhale through the mouth, cannon fire. Then hold the breath again for another 20 seconds. Squeeze the entire body. And then the third time, you're going to hold the breath again, suspend the breath for 20 seconds, and you're really going to tighten and concentrate on the vertebra, all the way from the lower vertebra, all the way up to the very top axis of your spine, right at the end, and then relax. Now, 3 minutes at least, but you can go as long as 11 minutes. And then you'll rest for just a little bit, and then we're going to do another Kriya that's going to be in a new book that we're going to publish in 2013 called Kundalini Yoga, The Early Years. This is going to have Kriyas in it from the old intermediate manual and a lot of Kriyas that haven't been published that Yogi Bhajan taught really early on. And this one comes from 1977. It's one of these sacred, secret Kriyas that Rishi taught that allows you to project from your divine sense of self. It has a really interesting mudra. You're going to place the right hand over the left. You're going to drop your right thumb down and cross the hands. And then you're going to fold the fingers up, kind of like a lotus, a closed lotus. It's really it's a very comfy mudra. And you bring your elbows down so this mudra is held at the heart center, like this. Eyes are going to be, once again, 1/10 open, 9/10 closed, gazing at the tip of the nose. Gaze at the tip of the nose with both sides of the nose in equal view. You're going to hold this position, which is very cozy, and you'll chant the mantra Rama Da Sa Sa Se So Hum 3 times on a breath. So, and it's done in a monotone. So it sounds and looks like this. Rama Da Sa Sa Se So Hum, 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 Rama Da Sa Sa Se So Hum. And then you continue. And at the end, hold, suspend the breath for a moment, and then exhale, relax down. Stay in a relaxed position in the silence. Listen to the sound current of the mantra that you've produced. Feel whole, feel healed, and realize that the expression of yourself comes from the divinity within, so that you actually can be you. So, practice this one for 11 minutes. Originally it was practiced in 1977 for 62 minutes. So, the sadhana once again, the pranayam, this one, which is called 2-stroke breath to stimulate the pituitary, page 155 in pranayam. And you do that for at least 3 minutes, up to 11 minutes. And then practice this beautiful mudra at the heart center with the mantra Rama Dasa Sase Soham 3 times on a breath, eyes gazing at the tip of the nose for at least 11 minutes. So do that for this month through the anniversary of the birth of the Aquarian Age, through Thanksgiving, and I'm very thankful to be practicing with you and for all the wonderful help that we have at KRI to work with the teachings of Yogi Bhajan. And then in December, we'll continue this theme with another powerful Kriya. Thanks. Satnam.